So what is actually better? Headphones, in-ear earbuds, open earbuds, earbuds with a hook, or do they all just have different use cases? I've tested hundreds of audio products, and the differences are maybe more significant than people realize. So in this video, I want to compare 5 different audio products in 9 different categories, including fit, sound quality, ANC, comfort, and I want to rank them to figure out what is actually the right style for you. The goal of this video is to act as a comprehensive guide for you to select the best audio product for your needs. And to keep things consistent, I decided to use the same brand for all 5 products. I reached out to Soundcore, since they make a lot of audio products, to ask if they were willing to send some over and sponsor this video, and here we are. So the 5 products we have in this video that are going to represent entire classes of products are, well, in no particular order. The first one, over-ear headphones. These are known for their comfort, their sound quality thanks to their much larger drivers. They're typically able to be connected either through wired audio with ports on the bottom, or by Bluetooth, of course. There's a pretty universal fit, great all-day stability, and I think a lot of people are quite familiar with the classic style of headphones. These are the Soundcore Space One Pro we'll be using to represent headphones in this video. Then we have in-ear earbuds. Here I'm using the Soundcore Liberty 4 Pro, but in-ear earbuds are generally known for great sound quality, ANC, and a really wide feature set because they are so versatile by sealing your actual ear. Now the next 2 are very different open earbuds. The first one actually clips onto your ear. It's great for a subtle appearance or even a stylish accessory depending on the color you get. They're also great for hearing surroundings because nothing's actually plugging your ear. And for this category, we're representing them with the Soundcore C40i. Then the other open earbuds are very popular. They're the kind that go over your ear in a hook. So open earbuds like this allow you to hear your surroundings again, and these are generally more oriented towards sports. And for this category, we have the Aerofit 2, again from Soundcore. Then the 5th and final class of earbuds here are these sleep earbuds, something that I think a lot of people don't really know much about, but these are the slimmest, the lightest earbuds out there. They're great for all-night comfort. They can also do some other things like track your sleep, and they're generally going to be playing like white noise or music or, I don't know, relaxing sounds that help you fall asleep and stay asleep while also masking sounds around you. So those are the products. Getting into those categories, we talked about the first one being the comfort. I want to start off with the Space One Pro, the over-ear headphones. With these, you have adjustability. Of course, you can rotate the cups in different directions, and you can slide them up and down so they fit a variety of head shapes. You have, of course, the cushion on the top and the cushion on the ear cups that give you a nice soft distribution of weight across your entire head. But there is, of course, a clamping force that holds them onto your head. Then the Liberty 4 Pro, the in-ear earbuds, come with different silicone ear tips, and these actually have kind of a little nub on the back that grabs the upper inside of your ear to stay in very comfortably. So you put them in, a very slight rotation, and they stay in your ears really all day. And of course, sleep buds are very similar to that in that they have silicone ear tips that seal your ear, but these actually have a double layer silicone seal that is softer, so very, very gentle. You don't even realize it's there, and it does give you slightly better sound blocking when, again, you're blocking sounds while you're sleeping. They're also more breathable than regular earplugs when you're sleeping. There is a tiny little vent in there that should help with that. And then as far as open earbuds go, the C40i are super, super comfortable. They're easy to forget that you're on your ears because they clip onto the cartilage on the side, which is really not a very sensitive part of your ears. As far as adjustability goes, you do have some little plastic tips that can fit onto here. There's several included in the box to make it a tighter fit in case your ears are narrower in that region or something like that. And of course, over-ear hooks, these are incredibly comfortable because there's not a whole lot that you really need to worry about. They just hook over your ear. They're going to sit right on the outside of your ear. Again, very easy to forget they're even there. And much like the C40i, being open earbuds, you have much more airflow to your ear, so your ears will not get hot, they won't get stuffy, you're not going to get sweaty ears. It's really quite comfortable for incredibly long periods of time. And the Aerofit 2s have some adjustability. There's 4 different notches. It's kind of hard to show this on camera for adjusting to get the sound located directly over your ear. Next category, very subtle difference here, but I wanted to separate comfort and fit. Fit is going to be how well they stay on your ears when you're doing different things. So of course, the best fit is going to be the over-ear hooks. These have a reference on top of your ear, and no matter how much you move, you can shake your head all you want, you're basically never going to get these to fall off of your head. The clips, the C40i, you could maybe get these to move up and down if you bump into something, but otherwise you're going to stay on your ears very, very well. The sleep earbuds, I want to put them in a separate category because you're not really doing much with them, like you're just sleeping with them, but after sleeping with those all night, they stay in incredibly well because they have not only those silicone ear tips, but also several different wing tips that you can choose from that kind of poke into the top of your ear. And that's something you may want to look at if you're getting any earbuds out there. Some earbuds come with wing tips and some do not. But the Liberty 4 Pro, a fairly common geometry for in-ear earbuds like this, like I said, these do have kind of a plastic reference on the top to stay in your ears, and because they point down, I find they stay in quite well when I'm running or working or really doing anything other than like the most intense dynamic workouts where your head is inverted. And in that case, maybe they're not going to be the most secure earbuds compared to the others on this table. And then finally, of course, the over-ear headphones. These vary, of course, depending on how big your head is and how tight the clamp is, but I find that they stay on very well for most activities, running and things like that. But something to keep in mind with these is when you tilt your head down, if you're doing push-ups or something, a lot of times the headband can kind of rotate down a little bit, or if you're moving very violently, so if you're doing burpees, for example, they could work their way off your head. As far as sound quality goes, the over-ear headphones are typically going to have the best sound quality thanks to the larger drivers in them. They give you a very nice, natural, and very large sound in them. Of course, lots of bass as well, as we can see, other earbuds as well, but especially headphones. The in-ear earbuds typically sound second best in my opinion because they do have a silicone seal that allows you a little bit more isolation to listen to your music without the distractions of the outside world, and because they're always perfectly located in your ears, referencing like literally your ear canal, again, you're going to get optimal sound that's more consistent across different ears. The open earbuds have more of an open sound. Of course, you can hear the room around you and everything, but I have to say, this is the category that has made the biggest improvement in the past several years, and now, like the Aerofit 2, for example, have a shocking amount of bass and sound quite good for open earbuds. I would say they sound even better than the C40i if you're looking for a lot of bass, a big sound when you're working out. They certainly do deliver a good sound, and I would put them in third place here. Now, the C40i clipping onto your ears, of course, do require proper placement, and if you place them incorrectly, one variable here is that may affect the sound, both the volume and the overall quality of the sound. So it's important that when you put them on, you move them around a little bit and get used to where they should actually be, or maybe look up a tutorial to make sure that you have them worn correctly. Now, the Sleep Buds deprioritize sound quality and instead prioritize size, comfort, and battery life. That said, they still deliver more than good enough sound quality. As far as controls go, you'll want to consider some different controls. There's really 3 main styles, or maybe 4 main styles of controls on any products you wear. So one is going to be capacitive touch sensors. These we're seeing on, for example, the Aerofit 2, where you can just tap the side, and that's going to be easy because you don't have any kind of major movement. You're not pushing a button. It's not anything that's very distracting, and sometimes you can have swipe controls, as we see on the Liberty 4 Pros, which you can swipe up and down using capacitive touch and control the volume. A second way to control things, which we're seeing on the Liberty 4 Pros, is actually, in my opinion, even better, and those are pinch controls. So if your hands are wet or cold or wearing gloves or something, sometimes it's harder for capacitive touch sensors to register your touch, and a pinch using the force is going to be much more recognizable. Going even a step further for something even more robust than that would be physical buttons, as we see, for example, on the C40i. They have a button on the back, so the sound port's on the front, the button's on the back, and if you just pinch the entire thing, it's really unmistakable. You know exactly where that button is, and again, if you're wearing gloves or something like that, very, very reliable and easy to control them. We have the same controls, again, buttons on the headphones here, so you can just reach back, find that button, press it, and it's easier to control. In my opinion, I'm a big fan of buttons. They're my favorite type of controls on any audio products. And an additional way to control earbuds specifically sometimes is going to be on the case. So the Liberty 4 Pros have a really unique feature where they have a small display on the case, and below that a touch bar. So you can swipe back and forth in the touch bar to control a variety of different settings, such as your ANC levels or your spatial audio settings or any other things like that, including even a remote camera shutter feature, which means you can hold your case while your phone is propped up far away and just double tap on that little bar and you can take a photo from your phone. And kind of a fourth one that we don't see on this table, but some products do have this you want to keep in mind. Sometimes you can tap, and they use an accelerometer, so you can tap like your jaw or something in front. And sometimes that is, again, another way to control. But I find that if you're chewing or talking or something, it could be mistaken and sometimes can be thrown off. So I'm not a big fan of that. It's kind of cool if it's an extra feature, but not something that I would look for as my favorite way of controlling. Category number 5 is the noise cancellation. How well do these block sounds around you? Well, the open earbuds, of course, do not block any sound. That's kind of the point of them. There are also some semi-open earbuds out there that do have ANC and are kind of still open. They're essentially a hybrid between open and ANC earbuds, but I'm not going to talk about those in this video. The sleep earbuds mask the sound with, of course, white noise or whatever you're playing, and they do have some passive noise blocking, meaning the seal itself is already going to block sounds around you, similar to how earplugs would, but they do not have active noise cancellation. This is something that is very common for sleep earbuds, and you're almost never going to see sleep earbuds with ANC because that's going to make them larger and less likely to have a long battery life. Things that actually block the sound actively, you're going beyond the passive noise blocking. The closed earbuds, the Liberty 4 Pro here, have adaptive noise cancellation based on your current environment. And so essentially, and we have the same thing on the Space One Pro, by the way. So what you're doing with headphones or those closed earbuds is they have microphones on the outside. They play the inverse wave on the inside, so you have destructive interference and ultimately end up with a quiet environment. These do the best job with lower frequencies, so like droning sounds, a refrigerator, HVAC, maybe an airplane. Those are going to be blocked best with ANC on those two products there. Now, if you want the opposite, you want awareness, maybe you want to hear things around you. Those products, they do seal your ear, right? The Liberty 4 Pro and of course the headphones, they are able to do the opposite and play back the sounds around you and give you some awareness of your surroundings. There's also a feature on those two called Easy Chat. So if you're like working at your desk, somebody comes over, you can just start talking. These will detect, they're really smart. They detect that you're speaking and they'll turn on that transparency mode so you can hear the conversation. But of course, if you really wanted to hear more than just that, maybe you wanted to hear more direction, or maybe it's just really important for your safety that you hear, bikes coming behind you when you're running on a trail, open earbuds are always going to have, obviously, a much better, it's just going to work better. Like your ears are going to work better than something in your ears playing the sounds around you. That's just kind of natural, and I think it makes a lot of sense. So if you really need to hear your surroundings, maybe open earbuds are an important option for you. Then category number 7, the microphones. Let's get into a microphone comparison and see how they perform indoors and outdoors. These have microphones located in different regions, so let me know what you think.
All right, so test 1 with the microphone is going to be indoors. We're starting off with the Soundcore Space One Pro headphones. I'm going to go outside and see how it compares there. But one thing you'll note is that on a call, you'll probably want to have some type of pass-through going on here so you can hear yourself talk. Otherwise, you might end up yelling a little bit. But regardless, the microphones on these are a little further from my ears, so we'll see how that actually affects the audio quality. And now the in-ear earbuds, the Liberty 4 Pros, these have a stem, so these are going to be pointing a little bit down towards my mouth. Now the C40i, unlike the other two that I talked about, the headphones and the in-ear earbuds, you don't have to worry about any type of pass-through or ambient mode or, awareness, whatever you want to call it. I can hear my voice naturally and I don't end up yelling if I'm on a phone call. Another thing to note is that every audio product essentially does this one thing, where they'll have a microphone pointing towards your mouth, but they also want to block out other sounds around you using microphones on the back, which these have access to the back of your ears, or microphones on the inside pointing towards your ears. Different orientations of the microphones will affect what is able to be canceled out and what is not. And now the Aerofit 2s, much like the C40i. All right, so test number 1 outside. There's a little bit of traffic. It's a little bit breezy out here. And this is what the Space One Pro is doing to handle that. And now the Liberty 4 Pro outside, a little bit of traffic, a little bit of wind here as well. And now these are the C40i. There's actually a little bit more traffic now, but we'll see how these are able to handle it. Again, with the extra microphone in the back, we'll see if it's able to block out any additional sound.
And of course, the Aerofit 2. Let me know out of all of these, which one you think sounded the best in this outdoor environment. Like, definitely going to be pretty tricky for any earbuds, but let me know what you think. Category number 8 is the battery life. We have some pretty significant differences in the battery life, starting off with the over-ear headphones, the Space One Pro. It's very common to see obviously no recharging case, so the battery is just going to be in these, and because they are a larger product, they can fit a larger battery. So even with ANC on, these are getting 40 hours of battery just in the headphones, which is really quite impressive. Generally, for this class of headphones, you would expect anywhere from maybe 20 to 40-ish hours of battery, so these are certainly on the upper end of that. Then the C40i and the Aerofit 2s, those don't have ANC, so those are generally going to have a larger battery life in a smaller body. So the C40i is obviously a very compact product, and the battery can go behind your ear, again, for a better distribution of weight. But you're getting 7 hours in the earbuds and 21 hours when you include the case, essentially getting 2 more recharges when you put those back in the case. So all of the earbuds, of course, have that charging case, and a lot of times they may even have wireless charging, for example, like on the Liberty 4 Pro. You can set them down, and I find that's really advantageous, unlike the headphones, which you will have to plug in every 40 hours of listening. having them on a charging pad just kind of tops them off when they're on your desk, or anytime they're not in my pocket, I set them on a wireless charging pad. It just kind of keeps them topped off. The Aerofit 2, again, much like the C40i, don't have ANC, and with that, you're getting a better battery life. Now, these are slightly larger, so they have more room for a battery on the back of your ear, and with that, you're getting 10 hours in the earbuds and 42 hours when you include that case, again, giving you almost 3.5 recharges in that case. Typically, like I said, open earbuds are going to have a longer battery life by not having ANC. But the Sleep A20 go to an entirely new level with probably the longest battery life I've seen in the most compact product out there, which is necessary for sleep earbuds because you're sleeping all night. You can't be, having them die or recharge or anything like that. So you're getting 10 hours in the buds and 55 hours in the case, meaning that you really only have to recharge these or plug them in like once a week or once per business week at least, unless you go into a second mode. So that's with Bluetooth. That's if you're listening to music on your phone, for example. If you go into sleep mode, which is going to play local files of white noise or rain sounds or whatever on the buds, you get 14 hours in the earbuds. So if you're going to an absolute hibernation for 14 hours, you're going to want to remember to turn on that setting. And of course, 80 hours when you actually include the case, which again gives you even more than an entire week of using these. Now, the Liberty 4 Pro, generally you're going to have the most difficulty in getting a long battery life here because these are compact earbuds and they do have adaptive noise cancellation. So that does require more power, but you're still getting 10 hours in the earbuds and 40 hours when you include the case. That's something that changes a lot in earbuds like this. I think generally I would look for anything over 7-ish hours in the earbuds. Honestly, anything over 6 hours in the earbuds is pretty solid, and over like 20 to 30 hours in the case. So these are well above that. And I think that's, pretty solid for a pair of closed earbuds like these. Category number 9 is the durability and the longevity. And this is really kind of encompassing a lot of factors here, from water resistance to losing them to how well are they really protected. And so, of course, all of the earbuds are in a case, which makes them more protected from, if you scratch them or anything like that. You don't really have to worry quite as much about them getting damaged compared to headphones, which obviously have a larger space for a driver to get damaged. Now, you do have, of course, in the box a fabric case for these, or you can get a solid case that you can put them in. And in that case, you can also store like some wires, some cables to recharge these, which is nice. Like, you don't have an easy way to travel with cables for your earbuds unless you're using wireless charging, in which case that's great. You just charge them on the back of your phone or something like that. But additionally, because these are larger, the over-ear headphones are generally going to be more susceptible to damage in more spaces on them. Of course, on the top, if you're hanging them, you could potentially damage the fabric up there. Just different things you want to keep in mind for larger headphones like that. Also, sometimes larger headphones, the ear cups may wear out, but that's something that could potentially be replaceable. You want to look into that depending on which headphones you're getting. An advantage of a larger product, though, and this kind of goes without saying, is it's much harder to lose. Whereas I know many people out there who have in-ear earbuds, like little ones, and they lose them. Sometimes, it's small, it falls out of your ear, maybe it falls out of your pocket, you don't really realize where that happens, and it's a little bit harder to find them. There are locating features, though, in many apps. So for example, you can see where they were last connected to your phone on a map, and if you find out, hey, that's like at my house, you can then connect to them and play, a high-pitched frequency, and makes them a little bit easier to find them. As far as water resistance go, usually earbuds have better water resistance than headphones, and that's going to vary a lot from one product to the next, but you usually have an IP rating. So IP is going to be, the first number is your dust resistance, the second number is your water resistance. So the Aerofit 2 are IP55 waters and dust resistant, so I'll have a link down below for exactly what that means, but anything over IPX4 is going to be pretty good. IPX4 means you can splash it from any angle, sweat, rain, whatever, and you don't have to worry. A higher number is better, so 55 is certainly good enough for anything you're going to be doing with these earbuds. The Liberty 4 Pro are IPX5, so these do not have a dust resistance, but they do, of course, have that same water resistance. Something to keep in mind if you're going to the beach, for example, and there's a lot of sand, just something to really think about. The C40i and the Sleep A20 are both IPX4, again, splash resistant. I don't know what you're doing in your sleep, but I think IPX4 should probably be good enough. But the Space One Pro, which is very common for, regular headphones, over-ear headphones, have technically no official rating for their water resistance. But I know a lot of people work out with headphones. If it's drizzling outside, if you're sweating, I've never heard of headphones getting damaged from, a little bit of sweat or something like that. Finally, kind of tying this all together, who should buy each of these? What are the right use cases for them? And what are my thoughts overall? And what's my favorite really as well? So over-ear headphones, the Space One Pro. These have some nice benefits. They can keep your ears warm in the winter. Wearing a hat could be a little bit trickier, so if you're a frequent hat wearer, maybe you might prefer earbuds. These could also potentially interfere with earrings, something that I think anyone who doesn't wear earrings might never think of. So I'm proud of myself for thinking of that. They're also great for anybody who likes to switch between wired audio, maybe on your desktop, and wireless audio, maybe on your phone. And you can switch very seamlessly between that just by plugging it in or turning them on. Over-ear headphones are, of course, great for anyone who likes the best sound quality, the best active noise cancellation, and maybe doesn't mind or even prefers a larger design. And the Space One Pro is actually also very foldable. So unlike a lot of other headphones, which might just rotate in, the ear cups actually rotate 180 degrees. So they flip either way, actually more than 180, and they fold down entirely to a very compact shape that easily fits into a small pouch or a case. And this is way more portable than most other headphones. Still not as small, obviously, as earbuds, but as far as headphones go, you can get quite small with these. They're great for anyone who loses things a lot and doesn't want a small product. And of course, they're great for anybody who commutes on a bus or they fly a lot and you really want that active noise cancellation. So those are the over-ear headphones. The clip-on earbuds, so the Soundcore C40i, as I've been showing in this video, are ideal for, I would really say, probably podcast listeners who do stuff around the house and you want to hear things. They're also great for sharing audio. So because nothing goes in your ear, they're much more hygienic, very, very easy to clean, and you have to clean them much less often. They're perfect for daily activities around the house and even mild exercises as well. The hooked earbuds that are also open earbuds, the Soundcore Aerofit 2, are an incredibly popular style, as I said earlier in this video, for working out. They're great if you need to hear your surroundings, if you're, running, hiking, or like I said, trail running, for example, and you really want to hear bikes coming behind you. That is an incredible way to do it. They're also great for the workplace if you want to hear people talking to you. You want to know what's going on and always be aware. That's pretty beneficial. And they're great for all day comfort without really any fatigue at all. Like they just sit nicely on your ear and are incredibly comfortable. And much like the C40i, of course, they're great for sharing. It goes without saying, super hygienic because nothing is actually going in your ears. But summarizing those, great for office work, outdoor activities, and of course housework as well. Then we have in-ear earbuds. The Liberty 4 Pro is the pair that I've been using for this video. These are probably the easiest to recommend for most people out there, in my opinion. They're great for anybody who, if you go into the gym and you want to block the sounds around you with ANC, they're fantastic for that. They're great for anyone who does not mind silicone ear tips. So silicone ear tips are not for everyone. I personally really appreciate them for blocking sounds around me and also giving me better sound quality in the earbuds themselves. They are, in my opinion, the most versatile and thus the most popular style of earbuds, and they're especially great for daily commutes where you want to block out sound on a bus or a plane or whatever it might be. And the Liberty 4 Pros are also really great for anybody who loves new features. So like I mentioned before, that touch bar allowing you to control settings if you're connecting to other devices, whether that is, the back of an airplane or, your laptop or whatever. If you want to control the settings and you don't have the Soundcore app on that device, so it's not your phone, for example, then having that touch bar on the case really unlocks a lot and really allows you to change the settings when you're using these earbuds. In addition, like I said before, these would be great for anyone who wants that extra feature of a remote shutter control. So your phone is far away, you want to take a photo, if you have no other way to do that, then rather than setting a timer, you could just use the case and kind of just have your hand behind your back, and it's a great way to do that. They're just a really versatile and solid pair of earbuds. And then lastly, sleep earbuds. I think the other products here you could maybe sleep with if you wanted to take a short nap, but sleep earbuds are really a class of their own. And if you're genuinely sleeping to block sounds around you, then the Sleep A20 or any sleep earbuds like this are going to be really essential, in my opinion, as a second pair of earbuds, not an everyday pair of earbuds, but like every night pair of earbuds that you keep next to your bed. So they're great for light sleepers. If you have a snoring partner, anyone who has tinnitus or tinnitus, like the ringing in your ears, they're also great if you live in an area with a lot of noise, whether that is loud neighbors or, like I used to have in my old apartment, a really loud train every single night at 3 o'clock in the morning, and sleep earbuds were the only way I was able to sleep well enough to get, a productive lifestyle every day. You could probably also use these for naps if you wanted to listen to relaxing sounds, or for anyone who's just trying to calm down their anxiety or beat insomnia and really fall asleep with, peaceful sounds or ASMR or music or whatever, then that's something you could potentially want. So those are 5 different styles of audio products. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing. I'll have links to these down below, but let me know which style you like best and why you like that. If there's anything I didn't consider in this video, like I try these a lot, and there's so many nuances, but let me know what you think about them down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.